look at all my people being so good.
Good morning, everyone. This is John Kirtley from the Arkansas State Board of Pharmacy offices. Just to let any of you know that are coming on for our 9:15 reciprocity, if you had your video going, I have gone ahead and killed that just to help with our bandwidth here. If you do not have your name as part of your title for your Zoom header, if you would please add that. We had a couple of random ones trying to ask to get in. If we cannot tell who you are or if it is causing a problem, we will remove you from the meeting generally. With that, I will pass it over to our president to kick us off.
Good morning. I'm Rodney Richmond and I'd like to call this formal meeting of the Arkansas State Board of Pharmacy to order. We'll start out by establishing a quorum. I'll do a roll call. We'll start first with our brand new member, Dr. Lynn Fouché. Welcome, sir, to your first meeting. Dr. Clint Boone. Here. Dr. Beth Ann Davenport.
Here.
Dr. Davenport is joining us by Zoom. Dr. Brian Jolly. Here. Dr. Debbie Mack also joining by Zoom.
Here.
Dr. Lenore Newsom.
Here.
Mr. Harold Simpson. Here. And myself. So we have a quorum. First order of business, if we can, if you've had a chance, please take a look at the minutes from our last meeting. Once you've had a chance, I'd like to entertain a motion to approve the minutes.
I can approve them.
Okay, I have a motion to approve. Is there a second? Second. Okay, and a second. So all in favor of the motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, the motion carries. And let me back up one step. I jumped out of order here. I failed to recognize our board staff. Dr. John Kirtley, Dr. Brenda McCready, Miss Ashley Bales, I assume will join us.
Yes.
And then we also have some students and residents. Dr. Jolly, you want to introduce them?
Sure. Sydney Weaver. She is a first year PGY1 resident at UMS. And I think board staff probably knows Alexis, but for those of you on the board, this is Alexis Crutchfield. She's a fourth year pharmacy student at UMS and is on rotation with me this month. So welcome.
We have a rotation student also, Macy Kotler. I believe she's helping Miss Vales getting ready with some hearing books that you guys will see throughout the day tomorrow.
Okay. All right, we'll jump back into the order of business. We'll take a look at the financials. Ms. Elena Whitmore.
Good morning, everyone. I do have that financial report ready for you. So our fund balance as of January 31st is $2,812,009. Everything's pretty much on schedule as far as the trend. I have the regular financial report and then the trend balance is all in your tablet there. Just wanted to report on renewals a little bit. As you know, we opened up our renewals at the end of October and we started out with our new online system. It was taking a little bit of getting used to that, but everything's kind of settled down. The last statistics report that I have is about mid to end January, and we had about 90% of our facilities that were renewed. I think it's probably a little bit more than that now, and nearly 60% of technicians. We started out with over 10,000 technicians, and last biennium during the February board meeting, we were at 67%. So we're pretty close to where we usually are. I think that's what I have for financials, unless anyone has some questions. And I'll, after we get the motion for that, I'll also have another item, but it'd be two separate motions.
Well, I just wanted to, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I wanted to real quickly congratulate you guys on your successful rollout of the new online program. I know there were probably some hiccups along the way, but I got in there the other day and it's user friendly and I'm really thankful to be able to print permits and update rosters and things like that. So.
Well, good. I'm glad. We've had a lot of compliments on it. We had, it was, like you said, some getting used to, but we've had a lot of people especially like facilities out of state that deal with a lot of different states saying, I wish everyone had a system like you where we could go in and print our permit and that kind of thing. So
I would say that, two things. One, I believe we found that there were a whole lot of technicians that might not have been renewing for themselves in the past because we had some significant growing pains with people trying to figure out how to get the system. We had some people that I think had never done that. And then we have to remind them that if you are signing attestation items that you do not have any criminal issues or anything else, anyone but you signing that would be a fraudulent issue or it was a mess for some folks. We also have tried to encourage people that if they are trying to do their renewals or anything else, many computer systems, many different pharmacy stores or corporations will have certain blocks where it is trying to protect their internet or their intranet from certain links. And when you enroll in that system, you have to get an email back from us. So we had some people that were upset that they could not get an email back, but it was their junk filter or their firewalls and their corporations that were blocking it. The second thing I would say is, with renewals, the first time I came here, it was all paper, and that is a nightmare that I hope to never relive. It was tough on us. We spent a lot of time with the whole staff, including our investigative staff, our pharmacist side of the office, having to go through and specifically contact people to help walk them through the process. And I think that will be a lot better going forward. But it was a full team, everybody on board doing that. The other thing I want to point out is if you do look at kind of the money flow, we generally try to remind the board at our January meeting, that is our high point of any biennium. Our high point for this one with I guess just for the most part, finishing up technician renewals, we grew a lot of numbers in pharmacy technicians during COVID, and we always expect that we're probably going to lose 20 to 30% of those during the renewal time. Right now, it's at about 42% or something around there, 40-something percent. But we are a little bit lower than what you would see through our trend through most Januaries. But part of that has been our systems upgrade that we have been working on. We've been through basically the first couple of iterations of that. We have some other enhancements going forward that we also intend to spend some money on. So the number is lower, but that is largely based on investment in our infrastructure. We've had that system for 20 years. And we just spent a significant amount of money on it. Probably 35% of the money we've spent in the last 20 years, we've spent for this systems upgrade for kind of our future of how functional it can be. The other thing is we've also, of course, spent a lot of money on the rural loan programs with the colleges of pharmacy that had spent down any potential excess funds, or oftentimes it would be fines or penalties that had come in before the board. We just haven't seen the same level of penalties come in. As of late, we have some cases that are out there that we may or may not collect on at some point. And then as you guys will see, we have a whole bunch of CE agreements at this meeting that we will bring in some money for that. I think some people have already proactively paid us, but there's a whole bunch that would pay us later for that. I'm missing anything else on that, Lena?
I think that's it.
So I think you answered my question about the attrition rate for technicians. So it's generally 20 to 30%.
I'd say it's probably 30.
About 30,
How about
35.
pharmacists, and of the pharmacists, are most of those out of state that we get attrition on?
Right now, this is technician and then other facilities, but
Right, I'm just
pharmacists,
saying. in
oh,
general.
in general, yes, no, it's usually less than 10%.
Yeah, it's our attrition rate on pharmacists is generally people that have left the profession or passed away. It's usually one of those things, not just that they aren't renewing.
So any other questions or comments about the financial report? And if not, I'd like to entertain a motion to approve the report.
I'll move to approve the report as
Well,
presented.
We have a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
A second. All in favor of the motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed? The ayes have it.
Okay.
Ms. Whitmore, you had another issue you wanted
One
to
last
bring?
thing, yes, that should be the first thing on the CFO folder in your tablet. And this is according to state law during the first full meeting of the board each year. You guys need to authorize your $110 stipend payment for attending meetings and informals, as well as approving possible meetings for reimbursement. And that list of meetings is at the bottom of that page. And that is, it includes those meetings, but it's not limited to those meetings.
there any discussion on this item? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve this this stipend?
So moved. Or second it.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed? The ayes have it.
Thank you.
Dr. Curley, I guess it's time to turn it over to you for reciprocity.
It is right as my computer wants to not work for me again. I'm on. There we go. I've already warned Dr. Fouché that at times the computer will go all the way back to nothing, and sometimes it backs up the one step you want to. All right, so for reciprocity, what we will be doing is we will be calling you guys that are on screen with us up in alphabetical order. Please stay through the end of your group for a vote by the full board. What the board is going to want to know is the following 4 things: who you are, where you are from, where you went to school, and why you are getting a license in the state of Arkansas. For our board members, we have your questions for reciprocity. They're listed here. Sometimes one of the staff members, myself or someone else, will have a quick question for you. If not, the board members may also, as we move on from one person to the next. With that, we're going to kick it off with, let's see, Purvi Agrawal. You could turn on your mic and your video.
Hi, sorry. I am not sure if you can see me yet, but
Yeah.
can you hear me now?
I can hear you. I'm going to try to see if I can send you a signal to start your video.
Okay, perfect. There we go.
All right.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello, hi. My name is Purvi Agrawal, and I'm a foreign graduate. I graduated from MS University in Baroda, India. I am with Carrie Boyd Pharmaceuticals as a pharmacist, and I am getting the reciprocity for Arkansas because my pharmacy, we are a 503B outsourcing facility, and we do ship out to Arkansas.
And when was your last FDA inspection at your 503B?
That was last year, June 24.
Questions you guys have for her? All right, I've got Mary Antoon. We have Mary with us. I do not see her, so let's move on to Michael Barbario.
Hi, I'm Michael Barbario. I live in Aurora, Colorado. I work for Emerita Specialty Infusion. I graduated from Samford University in Alabama, and getting my Arkansas license to help provide clinical support for our shared services plan for nationalization of our company.
Any questions for him? All right. Akila Battle.
Hi, my name is Akila Battle. I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. I graduated from University of Tennessee Health Science Center, and I currently work for GoMD Pharmacy. We are a mail order pharmacy, and I am getting my Arkansas license because we are being licensed in all 50 states in order to ship to all 50 states.
What's different about GoMD Pharmacy?
What's different about it is that we offer mainly items that are you don't necessarily need to go into a physician's office. We have a telemedicine doctor, so we offer like things for hair loss, ED, weight loss, things like that.
So in your weight loss, is it stimulant drugs, injectables?
No injectables. We're doing also no controls, but we're doing different combinations per our doctor. They're more like tri-combo. So I guess 3 different medications, 2 to 3 medications that treat weight loss.
So what would those medications be?
Topiramate, I'm sorry, I don't have them offhand. If you give me 1 second, I can pull them up, but I don't, they're, yeah, I can pull them up. I just don't remember them offhand. There are 3 that I know that he does in combination together. I think, oh, to pyramid metformin, and there's one more. Yeah, sorry, I don't have it offhand, but if
That's
you
okay.
want me to get up, I can.
Any other questions for Dr. Battle? All right. Max, is it Beauvoir?
That's pretty good. Yeah, it is Beauvoir.
All right. I've sent you a thing so you can start your video.
Yeah, there it is.
There we go.
So yeah, my name is Max Beauvoir. I'm in Palm Harbor, Florida. I went to Florida A&M University, graduated back in 2011. I'm now the pick for our CVS specialty branch here in Tampa, Florida. And part of that process involves me getting multiple licenses, and this is one of them. And we also ship to all 50 states in the country.
Any questions for him? All right. Ma Benitez. I think it's under Ruth. Ruth, you're still on mute. We've got you released on our end, but not yet. Disappear. There she is. All right, Ruth, I'm going to see if you can get some technical help, and we'll come back to you here in a moment. See, Todd Biedenham.
Hello,
There we go.
see if I can get my video on here. There we go.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Hello, Todd Biedenhar. Here in Westchester, Ohio, work for Centerwell Pharmacy. Went to school at the University of Cincinnati. Currently seeking Arkansas licensure to back up our current pick.
Okay. And as I recall, Centerwell is pretty much full
Mail order.
spectrum.
Yep, trad, specialty, no compounding.
And you do ship controls into the state?
Correct.
Okay. Any other questions for him? All right. Calvin, is it Bobbing? There we go.
Yeah.
Calvin Bubang. Start my video.
There we go.
All right, so my name is Calvin Bubang. I live in Tampa, Florida. I went to Long Island University in Brooklyn. Currently work at Anizeo Health. which has a DBA at South East Coast Quality Pharmacy. Getting licensed, it's a 503A, and getting licensed to be the pick for a new facility that we are starting.
And on Anazao, is it full line or all compounds?
All compounds.
Okay. Controlled and non-controlled?
Yes.
And when was your last state board inspection?
So I'm getting licensed for a new facility which got inspected by Florida in, I believe, October of last year.
Okay.
So now we are trying to get the other states as well licensed.
And was that a pre-operational inspection or were you compounding at the time?
Pre-operational inspection.
Okay. Well, and one of the things we'll work with you on is we'll have to have an operational inspection based on your application to process it here, but we can cross that bridge later.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Anybody else? I believe, so we're missing the next one so far, but I'll call Cho. I don't believe is on here. Don't see them anywhere.
I am here.
there you go.
I'm not sure. Yes.
All right. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So my name is Hannah Cho. I'm from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. I went to University of Tennessee Health Science Center for the pharmacy school, and I'm getting my license to be a clinical pharmacist at the St. Bernard's Medical Center in Jonesboro.
Okay. Have you already found your favorite restaurant in Jonesboro?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. Any questions for her? All right. All right. Kate Clairbout.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Perfect. So my name is Kate Clairbout. I graduated from the University of Florida, currently based out of Orlando, Florida, and working for Olympia Pharmacy. And I am getting licensure to be backup PIC.
And you're in the B facility or the A facility?
I'm in the A facility.
Okay. Any questions for her? All right. Joshua Close.
Can you hear me? I can't seem to get my video on here.
Let's see.
All right.
That worked. There you go.
Hi, my name is Josh Close from Brecksville, Ohio, a suburb of Cleveland, Ohio. Currently working at Gem Edwards Pharmacy in Hudson. What we do is we are a diabetic or diabetes-centric pharmacy supplying 90% of our volume is CGMs, pump supplies on the pharmacy benefit side of it. We also dispense oral medications. I am seeking Arkansas licensure due to a loss of our previous pick for Arkansas, and I'm seeking the licensure to become the new pick for our facility.
Any questions for him? All right, Michael Koppel.
Scott Koppel. My middle name is Michael.
There we go. Well, if your name's Michael Scott, at least get recognized.
Close, right? My name is Scott Koppel. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. I graduated from St. Louis College of Pharmacy, which is now something else. University Health Services and Pharmacy in St. Louis. I work for Mercy Hospital, and I'm seeking my Arkansas licensure. The hope is to eventually be able to provide specialty medications, shipping them into Arkansas for Mercy coworkers and patients.
Okay. Any questions for Scott? All right. Nicole Carell.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Trying to get, there we go. Hi, my name is Nicole Carell. I'm currently in Wesley Chapel, Florida, north of Tampa. I graduated from Texas Tech Pharmacy School in Texas, and I'm looking to relocate in the near future, hopefully get closer to family. So we're looking at Arkansas.
It's a beautiful state. You just probably don't want to look at the weather this week.
I do miss the snow a little bit, so that's good.
I think it's just going to be freezing rain and ice in Northwest Arkansas this week, which no one loves.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Any questions for her? All right. Is it Tenji? There we go.
Yes, it is.
There we go.
Yep. Hi, so my name is Tingy. I go by Steven. So currently we live in Iowa, graduated from the University of Iowa. We have family in Fayetteville, so we're looking to relocate to Fayetteville, and I'll be working as a pick for CVS down there.
Any questions for him? All right. Andong?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes. There we go.
Hi, my name's Andong. I currently live in Fort Worth, Texas. I work for Vital Care of Roanoke Home Infusion Pharmacy. I graduated from UNT, and we have providers near the border of where Texarkana is that have Arkansas patients that they would like us to service. So that's why we're seeking the licensure.
When was your last sterile inspection down there?
Our last sterile inspection was in the January of 24.
Okay. Any questions for him? All right. We have Melissa. There you are.
Hi, my name is Melissa Dukeshire. I am in Gilbert, Arizona. I graduated from South Dakota State University, and I work for Lee Med Specialty Pharmacy, and they have a location in the Bronx, just opened this location in Gilbert, so we are seeking licensure in all 50 states.
What's different about LeMed?
So this location will be servicing specialty medications for rare and orphan drugs. So right now we just have a plan of 4 specialty medications, getting contracts with insurance companies to service their patients.
Okay. Any other questions for her? All right, Cindy Dukes.
Yes. Can you see me?
No, I can hear you, but let me release you on that. There we go. Video should work now. There we
Okay.
go.
Hi, my name is Cindy Dukes. I'm from Scottsboro, Alabama. I graduated from Auburn University, and I work for America's Best Care Plus, and I am getting a backup license to be the pick if needed in the future, of course.
And all you guys do is nebulizers and then some allergy stuff?
Yes, they do compound some oral allergy drops, and then we do CGMs, we do diabetic supplies, and some catheters. But most of our business is the nebulizer medications for asthma and COPD.
All right. Any question for Dr. Dukes? All right. Mohammed, is it Dungarsi?
Good morning, Mohammed Dungarsi. I'm based out of Sanford, Florida, and I graduated from St. John's University School of Pharmacy out in New York, Queens, New York. I currently serve as the pharmacist in charge director of pharmacy at BioPlus Specialty Pharmacy in Lake Mary, Florida. We are a specialty pharmacy that ships across the country, and I am seeking licensure in Arkansas to serve as our pharmacist in charge for that state as well.
Any questions for him? All right. Joe Elkins. There we go.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, my name is Joey Elkins. I am a pharmacist out of Gilbert, Arizona. I work for Strive Compounding Pharmacy. I graduated from Midwestern University here in Glendale, Arizona.
And what's specifically does Strive focus on with your compounding?
We do a lot of weight loss medications, the GLP-1s, and a couple different peptides, hormone replacement, a little bit of everything.
Make sure you read our Rule 7 that unlike your GLP-1s, you can only duplicate them while they're in shortage. And if it's an APRN, they cannot add extra ingredients to it. Only a physician can order it that way.
Perfect.
Any other questions for him? All right. James Finlayson.
Here we are. Good morning. James Finlayson, graduate of University of Connecticut. Current employer is All Care Plus Pharmacy out in Northborough, Massachusetts. And I am pursuing licensure for PIC redundancy.
And what's different about your All Care than the All Cares we see around Arkansas?
Well, we are All Care Plus, very important distinction. But we are a non-commercial dispensing pharmacy. We service patient assistance programs almost exclusively, so free drug programs.
Any questions for him? All right. I've got Chalise. Is it Freyu?
Good morning. It's not letting me join, John.
There you go.
Hi, I'm Shalise Freyu. I am from Lafayette, Louisiana. I attended the University of Louisiana at Monroe, and I am currently seeking licensure to dispense from our compounding pharmacy, ICS Pharmacy in Scott. We currently do GLP-1s and intrathecal pain pumps.
Do you add other ingredients to your GLP-1s, or is it a
No,
straight
sir.
copy?
Straight copy.
That's a smarter way to do it while it's in short supply. Any questions for her? All right, we've got Michael Garner.
Hello, my name is Michael Garner. I'm from the East Texas area, specifically in Texarkana, Texas. And I had graduated from the Fish College of Pharmacy at UT Tyler. And I am currently seeking licensure in Arkansas to assume the PIC position for Red River Pharmacy Long-Term Care here in Texarkana, as well as to assist with our sister store over in Little Rock, if need be.
Any questions for him? Better check that I-30 traffic anytime you're heading this way, though.
Oh, I know. It can get pretty bad.
It can get terrible. All right, anybody else? All right. We've got Grace, and I'm going to let you tell me how to pronounce your last name, Grace.
Badamosi, the G silent.
Badamosi.
Yes. I'm based out of Texas. I went to Howard University. I work for independent pharmacy here in Texas. I'm getting the PIC license so we can ship GLPs. We do vet medications as well and HRTs.
Okay. And are your GLPs exact copies or they have extra ingredients?
They have vitamin B12.
Okay. Please go back and read the compounding rules and know that you cannot compound those on APRNs with extra ingredients. It has to be physician only. Any questions for her? All right, I've got Lee German.
Good morning. I'm Lee German. I currently work in the Memphis, Tennessee area. I graduated from UT Memphis. I work for Guardian Pharmacy, and we're just trying to provide or improve our services in the Arkansas area because we're taking care of long-term care, assisted livings, and nursing homes, and potentially as a backup also to the PIC.
Any questions for Dr. German? All right, Jamie Grubb. I saw her on here a minute ago.
Good morning. I have video or audio, but no video.
Let's see, I can release that. There you go. All right.
Good morning. My name is Jamie Grubb. I'm in southeastern Kentucky. I graduated from Duquesne University in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I work for Wedgwood veterinary compounding. I'm working on some PIC redundancy for our compliance department. We're licensed in 5 states, and I'm working on an Arkansas license, last one on the list.
There you go. Any questions for her? I'm gonna go back up my list. Mary, and I think it's actually under Gamal.
Hello, everyone. My name is Mary Gamal George Anton. I graduated from Ain Shams University in Cairo, Egypt, and currently I am the PIC in Texarkana, Texas, and seeking the state of Arkansas license to be serving on the border, basically, for both, with CVS Pharmacy.
Any questions for her? All right, and then I have Ruth Benitez. Let's see if our sound works now. Let's go.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, there we go.
Sorry about that. I'm Ruth Benitez. I'm from Denton, Texas. I went to school at Texas Tech. I currently work for Carrie Boyd Pharmaceuticals, but I work for the 503A compounding pharmacy. We mainly do hormone therapy.
Any questions for Dr. Benitez?
What kind of central fill compounding are you doing?
Pardon?
What kind of central fill compounding are you guys doing?
In terms of
On your application on page 2 of the compounding questionnaire, it said you were doing central fill compounding.
oh, so mainly like hormone pellets. Do you
So are you sending those to other pharmacies?
Oh, no, sir. We're patient specific.
Okay, so you're making them there and then sending them directly to the patient.
Yes, directly to the patient.
Okay.
I think the other facility on that didn't answer it quite the same way when I had looked at it. Any other questions? All right, seeing none, that is our group 1. If you guys want to consider a vote for approval.
Okay, so is there a motion to approve this cohort? So moved. Have a motion, second?
Second.
A second by Dr. Newsom, motion by Dr. Jolly. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it.
Just a couple of points of review for all of you. First of all, Arkansas is a state that does take our CE requirements seriously. We do a 100% audit of CE each biennium. If you do not have, especially since you all have a license in multiple states, if you do not have CPE Monitor Plus as a monitoring tool for your CE activities, I would highly suggest you get it. The $12 or $13 a year that program will cost you is much lower than what it will cost you if you are short on your CE, not just in Arkansas, but other states. I would also encourage you that if, for any of you that are in the state of Arkansas, we do have some very active, we have an active state pharmacy association that can keep you abreast of current topics. And we also have a closed Facebook group that you'd be eligible to enter into as an Arkansas licensed pharmacist, either in or out of state, called Arkansas Pharmacist Q, then and symbol A. That has a lot of different announcements or current events dealing with Arkansas pharmacy issues. With that, I think we can release this first group. We've got about 4 minutes to the second one, so we can kind of let the background of Zoom rotate in and rotate out and start back in 3 or 4 minutes. Thank you, guys. All right, everyone, we are back up for our 9:45 group. For all of you that are on with us, what we will do is we will call you up in alphabetical order. Lisa Hardig Maror is going to be first, but we're going to want to hear the following 4 things from you. Please stick around until the end of your group. We're going to want to know who you are, where you are from, where you went to school, and why you are getting a license in the state of Arkansas. So Lisa, are you with us?
Hi, yes, good morning. My name is Lisa Hardig Mahor. I'm from Columbus, Ohio. I graduated from Ohio State University. And I'm seeking licensure in the state of Arkansas for purposes of becoming a PIC for adage in pharmacy. And they will soon hopefully be applying for a facility license in Arkansas.
And what's different about Adigen?
So right now we're in the gathering stages. We hope to be a non-sterile compounding facility.
Okay, if you're non-sterile, like what type of non-sterile are you focusing on?
Mostly dermatological products.
Right. Anybody? All right, Bridget Henneman. Bridget, you're still on mute, actually. There we go.
Sorry about that. All right. I'm Bridget Henneman. I'm from Marysville, Washington. Went to school at Washington State University. I am recently relocating, though, from Hawaii, already practicing with my temporary license here in Arkansas, working for Walmart.
Are you surprised that the eggs aren't any cheaper here than they were in Hawaii?
Yeah, currently. A little crazy.
Yeah. It's always, I always heard it's eggs, milk, and something else. Gas. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
Any questions for her?
Yeah, are you moving of your own free will?
I know it's a little bit crazy, but I'm interested in doing a lot more and getting more involved. And I had limited options in Hawaii. But it's been a little bit of a temperature shock, shall we say.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to Arkansas.
Thank you.
All right, Jaron Hugh.
Hello, could you guys see me?
No, we can hear you, but I'll click a button,
Start
see if
my
that'll help
video.
you to share video. There we go.
Okay, awesome. My name is Jaron Hu. I'm from Phoenix, Arizona. I graduated from Roseman University in Nevada. I currently work at CAPS. It's 503B, and I am seeking licensure for redundancy.
And when was your last FDA inspection?
Back in July.
Okay. Any questions for him? All right, Adam Hersey.
Good morning. I don't see my video yet. Okay.
There you go.
Good morning. My name is Adam Hersey. I graduated from Northeast Louisiana University in Monroe. I'm from Alexandria, Louisiana, but we moved to Little Rock about 3 years ago. I work for the Department of Veterans Affairs, and I still work remotely for the facility in Louisiana, but with the way the uncertainty is right now with the federal government and the remote positions, I figured it'd be better to have my Arkansas license, to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. So
there you go. Any questions for him? Welcome to Arkansas.
Thank you.
Let's see, Brianna, is it Jereb?
Hi, my name is Brianna Jareb. I'm in Orlando, Florida, and I work for Centerwell Mail Order Pharmacy. I went to Duquesne University in Pittsburgh, and I'm looking to get a backup pick for a license in Arkansas.
And what's different about Centerwell?
Yeah, so our location primarily does specialty mail order, no compounding, all like unit of use items that are sent to patients.
Is it, and I'm unfamiliar, Centerwell, is it part of an insurance company or something?
Yes, Humana.
Okay. I couldn't remember if it was one of those or not. Any questions for her? right. Hayden Johnson.
Good morning. I'm Hayden Johnson. I'm originally from Fayetteville, Arkansas. I went to University of Tennessee Health Science Center, and I'm getting my Arkansas license because I'm moving back here and getting married in May. And so I got my license so I can continue to work at Walmart in Hot Springs.
Any questions for Hayden? All right, Charles Conkus.
You're muted.
Yeah, I'm trying to click unmute.
There we go. How about now?
There we go.
All right, thank you. So Charles Conkus, graduated at University of Cincinnati many years ago. I work for Express Scripts. We are opening a new back-end dispensing location there in Fairfield, Ohio in a few months, and they will be submitting applications for that pharmacy here shortly. But I need to get my PIC license in order to for them to submit for the new application for the other pharmacy.
Is that facility going to do controls and non-controls?
Non-controls only.
Non-controls only. And full spectrum, or are they also going to do specialty?
It's just going to be a limited selection of products, so it's not going to be a full dispensing location.
Okay. Any other questions for him? All right, Jungkook. There we go.
Okay. Hi, this is John Cook. I live here in Dallas, Georgia. I went to school in Roseman University of Health Sciences in Nevada. And I'm seeking licensure as a backup pick for innovation compounding.
And I see you've got GLP-1s. Is it exact copies, or are you guys doing something else?
No combinations. It's just the exact copies.
For a short length of time longer?
Yes. We're on a short leash right now, so.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Any questions for him? All right. Christy Kozarski.
Good morning. My name is Christy Kozarski. I live in Bentonville, but I'm from New Jersey. I graduated from Rutgers University. I'm a director for health and wellness with Walmart and support 10 pharmacies in Northwest Arkansas. I'm seeking Arkansas licensure to more closely support my pharmacists.
Any questions for her? All right, welcome to Arkansas. Ashley Langford. Let's see.
Okay, can you
There we
see?
Yep.
Hi, I'm Ashley Langford. I currently live in Muscle Shoals, Alabama, and am from Virginia. Went to pharmacy school at Virginia Commonwealth University. And I work for Genefix Specialty Pharmacy, and I'm seeking licensure in order to continue shipping products into Arkansas.
Any questions for her? All right. David Liston.
Good morning. Can you see me?
Yes.
Oh, great. Thank you. Hey, this is David Liston from Jerseyville, Illinois. Went to St. Louis College of Pharmacy, seeking licensure in the state to be backup pick for Express Scripts specialty distribution in St. Louis.
And is this just the pharmacy for those two products?
It's two products, the Xyrem, Xywav, and there's 2 authorized generics now. So it's 4 products total.
So all controls, but only those 4?
Correct. Yep. All controlled substances, only oral oxybate solutions.
Okay. Any questions for him? All right. Saman Mashi.
Good morning, guys. Hope you all are doing well. Name is Sam Mashi, so I'm Mashi. I'm originally from Houston, Texas. I moved to Oklahoma, Tulsa, Oklahoma, and I'm part of a 503B and a 503A retail next door. And I'm looking to get Arkansas licensure because we just want to expand our reach and be able to ship all over.
So are you applying on the 503A side or the B side?
Well, I will apply for both eventually, but probably going to start out with the A side.
Okay. If you start the A side, you can only use your A side drugs, not your B side drugs.
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
I understand how convoluted this is, especially for co-located Bs and As, the way that different states deal with it. So if you got any
Absolutely.
questions, give us a holler on it.
Thank you.
Austin Maynard.
Hello, my name is Austin Maynard. I'm originally from Pikeville, Kentucky, but I moved down here to Dyer, Tennessee, working over in Dyersburg at a 503B facility. So I'm just went to school over in East Tennessee, stayed on the other side of the state here, but getting licensed in Arkansas to be a backup to the PIC over here.
Austin, right now, all the country boys in the room are jealous because we wish we were in our own rocking chairs.
Yep, it's a little bit chilly, but it's still a good morning to be out here on the porch.
When was your last FDA inspection?
It was back before I started with the company. It's back in 21, I believe.
Oh, wow. So that means they're probably coming soon. I would get that old inspection 483 and any responses and give it a deep dive then.
Yeah, we've been expecting them for quite some time. So
yeah. All right. Antoinette McDonald.
Good morning. My name is Antoinette McDonald. I'm from northeastern Pennsylvania near Scranton. I work for Chewy Pharmacy, which is also right here near the Poconos. I went to school at Northeastern University where I got my bachelor's of pharmacy and University of Kansas where I got my PharmD, and I'm seeking licensure to become the PIC.
I'm sorry, to do what?
Become the PIC.
Oh, okay. All right. Any questions for Tony? All right, Stacy Miller.
Hi there. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, my name is Stacy Miller. I graduated from Oklahoma University here in Oklahoma. We have a pharmacy in Stigler, Oklahoma with the Haskell Regional Hospital System. And so we have quite a few patients from Arkansas that come over because it's just not very far drive. We are also owned by BioVita Healthcare, who has a self-funded insurance plan. And so we want to make sure that we're get licensed in states where we may have employees because we'll be shipping their employee medications, as well as any, yes, Arkansas, as well as any patients that may come over that we may have to ship to.
Okay. Any questions for her? All right. Lisa Maffa.
Hi, good morning. My name is Lisa Maffa. I am from Delaware originally, but I reside here in Austin, Texas. I went to pharmacy school at University of the Sciences in Philadelphia College of Pharmacy. And I currently work at Pharmacy Alternatives in Texas. We are a closed door long-term care pharmacy. We service patients that live in group homes with IDD or intellectual and developmental disabilities. So I'm seeking licensure to hopefully the company will obtain business in Arkansas as well.
So I'm curious, if you're in Austin, how are you guys going to do emergency services to people in facilities in Arkansas?
So we have an on-call 24/7 on-call service that the nurses at the facilities can reach, and then they'll call in short supplies to the local pharmacy. They touch base with wherever they're located, and they'll call in essentially a transfer, a short supply to the pharmacy in Arkansas, like your local Walgreens or CVS.
So in Arkansas, we don't have a plethora of 24-hour stores. I just want to be sure you understand, if you're the Arkansas PIC, if you can't provide emergency services to the facility, including getting those patients their needed medications, then you cannot service that facility or those patients at all.
Okay, that's good to know. We didn't acquire any business yet. I don't really know what that looks like. They just kind of asked me to get my license as of now. But yes, that is good information to have, and I'll definitely have to research that, if and when they're looking to acquire business there.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, having been here for a couple of decades, we often hear for out-of-state companies or that are at distance. I mean, we've got out-of-state companies that are really on the border, and then Austin is a good distance away. It's not enough to have a contract that you think someone else is going to take care of it, because we hear people have a PBM backup contract that might cover, like you would say, Walgreens, but we don't really have 24-hour stores available. So to cover institutionalized patients, you must provide emergency services within the state of Arkansas.
Okay, thank you.
Anything else for her? All right, Nirvana. There we go.
You guys see me?
Yes.
Oh. Hi, I'm Nirvana. I am from Orlando, Florida. I graduated from Florida A&M in Tallahassee, Florida. I work for a 503B compounding pharmacy, Olympia Pharmaceuticals, and I am seeking licensure in Arkansas because I'm working to become the dispensing manager, hopefully soon. And yeah, that's it.
Any questions for her?
On your form, it says you've got a website for patients' prescriptions. So are you guys dispensing to patients and to?
We dispense now for Arkansas, yes, we do, because we make our products in the 503 and 503B, so we can only dispense from where we make our injectables. So right now, yes, we are currently sending patient specifics to Arkansas patients that are using our injectables in 503B.
They have a B and an A together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other questions? All right, Doug Navarro.
Hello, good morning. I'm Doug Navarro. I'm from Columbus, Ohio. I went to the Ohio State University. I am a pharmacist in charge at a company called SBH Medical. We are a 503A compounding pharmacy. We do both sterile and non-sterile products, and we are just looking to expand our territory, and that's why we're seeking licensure in Arkansas.
What type of sterile products you guys generally working on?
We do have the GLP-1s, just straight copies, which we know is probably going to be a short-term product. We do a lot of erectile dysfunction injections as well. And then we do some hormone replacement on the non-sterile creams and our.
Any questions for him? All right, Kelsey Newell.
Hey, I'm Kelsey Newell. I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. I went to University of Tennessee for pharmacy school, and I'm seeking licensure because I got a job at Walmart in Marion, Arkansas.
Any questions for her? You just got to hope that the bridge stays open.
Correct.
Where did you say she's from?
Memphis. Yeah, Marion.
Oh, Marion, okay.
I haven't had any trouble so far, so we'll see.
All right, Annie Wynn.
Hello, I'm Annie Wynn. I'm from Austin, Texas. I went to the University of Texas at Austin College of Pharmacy. I'm currently the pick for Curative Mail Order Pharmacy, which is under Curative Insurance, a newer employer-based insurance company based out of Austin, Texas. And we're seeking to service all our members in all 50 states.
And do you ship controls and non-controls?
Yes, sir.
All right. Anybody else? All right. Gamsa O.
Hi there. My name is Kamsa Kiriso.
from Springfield, New Jersey. I graduated from Rutgers back in 2019, and I'm looking for licensure to be a backup to the PIC.
And all non-sterile compounding or also commercial products?
Non-sterile compounding.
When's your last inspection?
Our last inspection was actually for VIPS was last month.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any other questions for him? Got Garrett Owens.
Good morning. My name is Garrett Owens. I'm originally from Junction City, Arkansas, and I went to the University of Louisiana Monroe. And I recently moved back to Junction City, and I'm wanting to find employment a little closer to home. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sorry.
So you're not working with Sterling anymore, just looking for something else closer?
I'm still currently working with Sterling, but it's a 45-minute drive for me, and El Dorado would be a lot closer.
Absolutely. Any other questions for him? All right. Buckyung Park.
Ashley.
Guys hear me?
We have, all right, there we go.
Can you guys hear me?
Those black.
Can barely hear you.
We'll have the chair ponytail holders in them.
And we're trying to get your video on.
Yes. Can you guys hear me?
You're gonna have to speak up for us to hear you. We still can't see you.
Okay. It says the video is on.
I don't know if you have like a physical cover on your camera or not. That's what it kind of looks like on our end.
Oh,
There you go.
Okay, sorry. Can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Good morning. My name is Buckyung Park. I am currently located in Houston, Texas. I work as a quality assurance pharmacist at Empower Pharma, a 503B outsourcing facility. I did graduate from Harding University in Arkansas. I am so glad to be reconnected with the Arkansas State Board of Pharmacy. I am seeking my licensure to become the pharmacist in charge of the company.
What year did you graduate?
2018.
Wouldn't it have been way easier to get a license then?
I didn't think that I would need it, so but I do remember Dr. Richmond.
There you go.
Yes.
Any other questions for her? All right, I've got Dara Patel.
Hi, good morning. I'm Dara Patel. I'm from Lakeland, Florida. I went to Lecom School of Pharmacy in Bradenton, Florida, and I got married last year and am moving here, so that's why I need my license transferred.
Any questions for her? All right, I've got Vineet Patel.
Can you guys see me?
Yes.
Hey, good morning, everyone. So I'm Vineet Patel. I'm from Las Vegas, Nevada. I did my PharmD from Roseman University of Health Sciences, same Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm seeking license here in Arkansas, as I was recently interviewed by one of the regionals from home office, Walmart, and I aspire to become a pharmacy clinical services manager there soon.
Be glad you're not in Northwest Arkansas today.
Thank you.
Any other questions? All right, I've got Sidra Pervez.
Hello, good morning. I'm Sidra Perez. I'm a foreign pharmacist. I graduated in 2019. I'm currently working for a 503B pharmacy from Arizona and working as a PIC and just getting licensed as a backup pharmacist for them.
And when was your last FDA inspection?
Our last FDA inspection was last year. I think it was around June.
Okay. Any other questions for her? All right, that is the end of this group, and we got everybody in it.
Are there any other questions about this cohort? Hearing none, I'd like to entertain a motion to approve these for reciprocity?
So move.
We have a motion by Dr. Newsom. Is there a
I'll
second?
second.
Okay, we have a second by Debbie Mack. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
All right, everyone, you'll be able to actually print your licenses once we release them. A couple of notes, we always want to be sure that our reciprocity folks here for your continuing education each year, be sure you get your CE. If you are not already as a multi-state licensed pharmacist enrolled with the CPE Monitor Plus program with NABP, I would highly suggest that you do that. The $12 or so you spend per year on that program will be well worth it, helping to track your CE requirements for multiple states. We do a 100% audit in the state of Arkansas, and we will make sure that you've got your CE. Couple other things, especially if you are in the state of Arkansas, you might check out, we do have different local associations for pharmacists that help keep you abreast of different topics that are of interest for us as pharmacists. And we also, for any of you with an Arkansas license that are interested, we do have a closed Facebook group. It is not from the Board of Pharmacy, but we are involved in watching it and answering questions on there, called Arkansas Pharmacist Q and symbol A, that if you are an Arkansas licensed pharmacist, you'd be welcome to join that group. With that, I will let you guys roll off, give you a minute or two as that second group leaves, as we have the third group loading right now for their 10:15. We will be right back.
Al, probably appreciate your plug.
The way we should have this. Will literally alert you like, hey, your Kentucky license.
It's 12 a year.
It's 12.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they reduced it. Yeah, $1 a month. If you were 15 minutes. They asked, and we actually provided a list of all the people that were short of their CE. They could do an individual out. Tons of time.
Well, maybe we ought to just add on a surcharge to out of multi-state licenses.
Get a rule that says you have to have it to stay licensed.
Mhm.
I'll tell you the other stuff. You know how to do. I haven't. I posted on Facebook like, look, you know. Ready? All right, looks like we've got most of our 10:15 folks here. So this will be group 3 for reciprocity. For all of you that are with us this morning, we will call you up one at a time in alphabetical order. Yakov Ratner is going to be first, so you'll have this fresh on your mind. The board's going to want to know the following 4 things from you: who you are, where you are from, like currently, where you went to school, and why you're getting a license in the state of Arkansas. Once you finish, we'll roll through this group. Stick around until the end of the group for approval of everyone. So Yakov, you want to kick us off?
Hi, good morning. My name is Yakov Ratner. I graduated from the University of Buffalo in 2014. I'm in New York City, and we are a hospice, infusion, and compounding pharmacy, and we're seeking to expand at some point into Arkansas. So I'm going to be the PIC.
So home hospice?
Home hospice.
Right. How do you take care of emergency needs of patients from that far away?
Well, we know that in general, you need to provide 24-hour service. Generally, we ship for our other state patients. We would figure out a contract or somehow to provide 24-hour service. Usually, the things that we provide are non-emergent, meaning they're scheduled in advance.
Okay. Any other questions for him? right, Austin Reuter or Reuter.
Close, Ryder, but it's been my entire life. Don't worry.
Yeah.
So my name's Austin Ryder. I'm in Nashville, Tennessee. Went to school at Belmont University with a small new independent pharmacy, both retail and compounding, and also the PIC, and just also looking for our license to serve people in Arkansas and expand our reach.
So is it a new startup?
Yeah, we just opened up, got our initial license in October of last year, so relatively brand new.
Have you had an operational inspection yet?
Had our initial retail and non-sterile compounding and in the process of the sterile compounding inspection right now.
Yeah, well, you'll have to be kind of up and running generally for 6 months with an operational inspection for us to process. On your compounding, what are you focusing on with it?
We focus on mostly HRT, the nutrient, we call it like nutrient life, those vitamin injections, that kind of stuff. Tending to stay away from the GLP-1 life right now is kind of up in the air.
Yeah. That's about to be over either way. So
yeah.
Any other questions for Austin? All right. Let's see. Lamsing Root.
Hello, good morning, everyone. I'm Lamsing Root. I'm here in Orange County, California, and I went to school at Touro University up near San Francisco. And I am seeking licensure for a company I work for, AmeriPharma MedBox, because we opened up a new location. So I am hoping to be the pick for Arkansas because we serve patients in Arkansas.
And you're doing, is it multiple dose compliant
package? Yeah, we're doing compliance packaging.
You'll have to be sure if the pharmacy gets a permit with us, we do have an MOU that you have to enter in with us to do the compliance packaging that's multi-dose.
Got it.
It's easy.
Okay.
What are you doing for dose changes for patients that have a dose change in the middle of their packaging?
So if they have a dose change, we send out what we call a bridge supply. So depending on how quickly they want to implement the dose change, we'll send a small supply in a regular bottle to them, and we send out every month. So we send them just enough to last them until they get their next shipment, their new roll of medications.
What if they take a medication away?
If they take a medication away, a pharmacist will always call them to provide a consultation. And we actually speak to the patient or to their caregiver to help them identify how the tablet or capsule looks like so that they know which one to take out of each packet.
All right. Kevin Rossler.
Good morning. Can you guys hear me? I'm on my cell phone, so it's kind of hard for me to tell if this is working.
We can hear you. We can't see you.
Okay. Sorry about that.
There we go.
My name is Kevin Rossler. I'm from Mansfield, Texas, and I went to school at University of Houston College of Pharmacy. I'm seeking licensure in Arkansas for my company. We're a long-term care retail pharmacy, and the owner wants to expand into Arkansas. Some of the homes we service have facilities in both Texas and Arkansas, so that's why we're seeking licensure.
And is it skilled nursing, assisted living?
It's mainly assisted living and memory care,
okay,
long-term care, group homes, but mainly the assisted living.
So for your institutionalized patients, how are you going to have emergency services within a couple of hours from Mansfield, Texas for them?
Right. That's one of the situations we're trying to figure out. We know we have to provide 24-hour coverage. We do have an on-call 24-hour phone line. But I know with Texas, if you're more than 20 miles away from the facility, they have weird laws on providing emergency kits. So we may have to contract that out with another pharmacy that's local. I'm not sure.
Well, and for Arkansas, assisted living doesn't have emergency kits.
Oh, it's only for institutional?
It's only for full skilled nursing facilities.
Okay, gotcha.
But if they're institutionalized patients, they still have emergency needs that you have to be able to fulfill. So
Yes,
make sure
sir.
you work that out before you're the pharmacist that gets to sit at a table right over there for us.
Yes, sir. One other question. One of the board members, when I took my exam, they said that what we do, they consider as off-site order entry. Is that true, or?
If you are engaging with the electronic health records of the assisted living here to help input orders, that would be off-site order entry, and you cannot do that from a second state. That can only be done within the state of Arkansas.
Gotcha. As I think the facilities will upload their prescriptions to us, and we can monitor it in real time through the medication administration record. But
so the problem is that it would have to be an approved system to have an interconnectivity between the pharmacy and the assisted living facility. And there's a difference in you receiving an electronic prescription versus you being in their system to fully monitor it and have that connection. Right now, the system, you can't connect and do order entry or modification from another state. But we can get into specifics of, your situation kind of outside of the board meeting.
yes, sir. The executive board member assistant said we might have to get a waiver at some point. So.
Yeah, that's Dr. McCready. It's not exactly a waiver, but it's a bigger discussion that we can have right at the moment.
Yes, sir. Okay. Sorry to take your time.
No, you're fine. The Jolene Sawyer.
Would you mind verifying?
We have.
Can you hear me?
There you go.
Gotcha. Sorry. My name is Jolene Sawyer. I'm from Greenwood, Indiana. I graduated from Butler University. I work for Amazon Pharmacy, and I'm seeking licensure for redundancy to the PIC.
Any questions for her? All right. Ted Schwinderman.
Yes, good morning. My name is Ted Schwindeman. I am the pharmacy director at PharMerica in Sand Springs, Oklahoma, which is a suburb of Tulsa. I graduated University of Iowa 2002, along with my wife. We came down to Tulsa and have lived here ever since. So I'm currently pharmacy director for my pharmacy in Oklahoma. The pharmacy in Arkansas for PharMerica has closed down, and so we're going to take on some business. The current facility is Cecil's in Fayetteville, which is about 2 hours away. It's currently serviced out of Memphis, Tennessee, but we can provide them with a lot better service and
yeah, it'd be a whole lot easier to get there within 2 hours from Tulsa than Memphis. They must have a helicopter running it right now.
Yeah, they're trying to do all sorts of things, overnight mail, all that stuff. But
any questions for him? All right, Jesse Shelton.
Hello, good morning. I do apologize for my voice. I'm still recovering from the flu. So can you guys see me?
We're just glad you're not here with us.
Yeah, I understand. My name is Jesse Shelton. I'm from South Haven, Mississippi. Graduated from pharmacy school at Union University College of Pharmacy in 2020. I currently work for Genoa Healthcare Pharmacy in South Haven and seeking licensure for backup to our PIC in case something were to happen.
Any questions for Dr. Shelton? All right, Matthew Schidler.
Hey, yeah, how you doing? It's actually Scheidler, but I get it all the time. Yeah, so my name is Matthew Scheidler. I'm living in South Haven or Olive Branch, Mississippi. I currently work for a long-term care pharmacy in Memphis. I went to Union University College of Pharmacy, and I'm actually getting my license in Arkansas to satisfy a request by my employer because we're trying to expand into Arkansas, just to expand the business.
Any questions for him? All right. Michael Nathan Smith.
Good morning. My name is Nathan Smith. I'm from Bristol, Tennessee. I graduated from East Tennessee State University Pharmacy School. I work at a home infusion pharmacy in Southwest Virginia, and we are actually owned by Mark Holland, who has a pharmacy in Little Rock, River Valley Specialty. And there's some opportunity. He thinks there's some opportunity for us to buy some topical compounds. His pharmacy specializes in dermatology. So that is why I'm seeking license there.
Any questions for him? So all of it, intent is to go direct to patient from your facility?
Yes, sir.
All right, see no other questions. See, Randa Soror. Still on mute, Randa.
Okay, sorry about that. Hi, my name is Rhonda Soror. I'm from Houston, Texas. I graduated from Texas Southern University. And the new owners of the pharmacy are expanding into Houston. They are originally from Chicago, Illinois, the ASAP Pharmacy. They are a specialty pharmacy, so they are looking to start up here. We have been open about 2 years. We're getting our accreditations with ACHC in order to service patients in specialty in Arkansas.
Is there any specific focus of your interstate business?
So currently we mainly focus on hemophilia and IG.
Okay.
Those are the only, yeah.
Questions? I've got Lloyd Sparks. Still on mute, Lloyd.
Hello, my name is Lloyd Wade Sparks. I'm from Paris, Texas. I graduated from the University of Texas in Austin back in '98. I'm seeking Arkansas licensure for my current job, PetScript Pharmacy, where we compound veterinary medicine.
Any questions for him? All right, Christopher Tarangle.
Yes, hi. My name is Chris Tarangle. I'm from Las Vegas, Nevada. I went to school at USC in LA. I'm the pick for Elevet Pet Pharmacy, veterinary mail order pharmacy here in Las Vegas. We just want to be able to, getting licensed in Arkansas to be able to ship medications to customers in the state.
Any questions for him? All right, Crystal Tate.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
My name is Crystal Tate. I am from Twin Lake, Michigan. I graduated from Ferris State University in 2004 with a PharmD. I'm currently living in Flippin, Arkansas. I'm supposed to be starting work at Baxter Regional Medical Center next week as a clinical pharmacist. And I have no heat today. Are you there?
We're here. We
Okay.
have heat. It's actually a little warm to me in here, but some of the ladies would argue with me.
Yes, it's cold here and we woke up with the furnace out, so I'm very bundled up.
Any questions for her? All right, we'll keep moving. John Tran.
Hi, good morning. My name is John Tran. I'm currently in Los Angeles, California, where I'm the PIC for Roman Health Pharmacy. I graduated from Roseman University in South Jordan, Utah. and I'm looking to get licensed in Arkansas as a backup to our other facilities, shipping to patients in Arkansas.
Okay, any questions for him? We didn't see you on the Super Bowl commercials, so y'all are a step behind at the moment.
I think that was a good thing, but
yeah. See, Praveen Vaca.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Praveen Vaca. I'm from Dallas, Texas. I'm a foreign grad. I work with a CVS, and the reason for licensure is I have one store in Texarkana, Arkansas, and it's as a part of the new CVS system, all the district managers need to be licensed in the state. So hence, I'm getting the licensure to oversee the pharmacy in Texarkana.
All right. Any questions? All right, Megan Van Horn.
Hi, good morning. I'm Megan Van Horn, and I am from St. Louis, Missouri. I graduated from the University of Missouri, Kansas City, and I work for Foundation Care Pharmacy, which is a part of Acaria Health, and I am seeking licensure for redundancy to our current PIC.
Questions for her? You're not related to our baseball coach, are you?
No, no relation.
You get asked that a lot down here. All right, Ellen Vo.
Hello, my name is Ellen Vo. I'm over here in Houston, Texas. I graduated from Texas A&M. I currently work at Onco360 Pharmacy. Onco360 serves cancer patients in all 50 states, which is why I'm seeking licensure here in Arkansas.
Any questions for Dr. Vo? All right, Andrea Walker.
Hello, my name is Andrea Walker. I am from Memphis, Tennessee. I graduated from the University of Tennessee, and I am seeking licensure to become the pharmacist in charge at West Cancer Center here in Germantown, Tennessee, which is right outside of Memphis.
Any questions for her? All right, Breon Washington.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
All right. Hello, Breon Washington, calling from Indianapolis, Indiana. Work for BioPlus Specialty Pharmacy and just seeking licensure for PIC redundancy.
Right. Any questions for him? All right, we've got Joshua Weidler.
It's Weidler. My name is Josh Weidler. I'm calling from St. Louis, Missouri. I graduated from the University of Health Science and Pharmacy in St. Louis. I work for a company called Eversana, and I'm getting licensed in Arkansas for backup to the PIC.
What's different about Eversana? I'm not familiar.
We're a mail order pharmacy, specialty mail order, so we don't ship any controls, just a lot of rare disease drugs. So,
questions for him? Got Lauren Woods.
Hey y'all, my name is Lauren Woods. I just moved to Conway from Nashville, Tennessee. I went to Union University College of Pharmacy, and I'm getting a license here because I'm getting married. So I'll be working in the state now. So,
Have you fallen in love or hate with all the roundabouts?
they're really not that bad. After living in Nashville for a little bit, they're not too bad, but not my favorite.
There you go. Yeah. See, Daniel Zhang.
Hey, good morning. My name is Daniel Zhang. I live in New York City. I work at Apthorpe Pharmacy in Manhattan. I went to the University of Buffalo, graduated in 2018, and we're seeking licensure to expand our business into Arkansas.
Any questions for him? All right, see none, that's the end of this group.
Motion to approve this group reciprocity.
So moved.
Motion by Dr. Boone. Is there a second?
Second.
Have a second by Dr. Newsom. In favor of the motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
All right, for all of you, you have been approved. You will, once we release it, should have the ability to print your licenses directly from logging into your account with our website. A couple of points. First of all, Arkansas does take a 100% audit approach on CE. If you do not have CPE Monitor Plus from NABP to actually keep up with your CE across your multiple state licenses, that is something I would highly suggest that you look at. When you don't have your CE, that is a problem that we will be dealing with more tomorrow morning for several pharmacists, both in-state and out-of-state. A couple other things. Since you are going to be an Arkansas licensed pharmacist, especially if you're living in the state, there are several different professional associations you may be interested in that can help keep you abreast of current either political issues, current topics in pharmacy, or even job opportunities. And we also have a closed Facebook group that as an Arkansas licensed pharmacist, you would be eligible to enter. It is not run by the Board of Pharmacy, but we do answer questions on there. It's Arkansas Pharmacist Q and symbol A that you may find interesting. With that, we will dismiss our 1015 group, and that is it for reciprocity for this morning. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Next thing I have on the agenda is 11 o'clock support group. I don't know if your folks are here though. That's fine. Anything else you guys have that you need to discuss? If not, we can take a 15-minute break, come back. We'll be back in 15 minutes. Just a note for anyone that is in our Zoom, if you do not have an appointment with the board, we will be removing you from the Zoom. You're welcome to watch our board meetings on our YouTube channel. Thank you much. All right, up for our 11 o'clock, we have Arkansas Pharmacy Support Group. Eric, if you want to introduce yourself, and I think we'll kick off with Dr. Towers.
Yeah, good morning. My name is Eric Crumbaugh. I'm the co-secretary of the support of the Arkansas Pharmacy Support Group. I've got two guys with me today, Ty, who is already working and is asking to increase his hours, and then Jason, who is asking to go back to work. So we can start wherever you want to start.
Ty, let's get you going, man.
Hey, y'all. Thanks for having me. My name is Ty, and I have been working since December the 13th of 2024 with CVS, the store in Hot Springs and Bryant. I've been doing that 20 hours a week and am requesting to formally go to 32 hours a week.
And for our board members, just a reminder, when we initially have let people go back to work in that 20 hours, it's a supervised work. They have to work with another pharmacist when they're released to go above 20 hours per week. That means they can also work by themselves. Does not give them approval to be a PIC at that time. That would be on down the road if they wanted to ask for it, but does help them have some more job flexibility.
How long has he,
December.
how long have you been? 20 hours?
2 months.
2 months?
Yes, sir. I started on December the 13th.
Okay.
Any issues, testing, meetings, otherwise?
No, sir, no issues. We fully support.
Yeah.
So how's your work going, Ty? Has it been a good transition back?
Yeah, it has. I mean, retail pharmacy is kind of the same, no matter where it is. Just learning the new systems and new workflows, SOPs, all of that kind of stuff, and learning my patients and everything, and coming back in the height of a lot of cold and flu going around. But besides that, everything's been going great.
So you've not encountered any stressors or anything?
Not any more than I can handle. No, sir. Just normal run-of-the-mill stuff. My daughter did come down with the flu this past month, and so she's been in and out of the emergency room. But besides that, like work stuff, it has been great.
Okay. So when you encounter stressors, how do you manage that? Do you have a go-to coping mechanism?
I had really focused on my breathing a lot because I find myself holding my breath. But besides that, I'd make sure that I get plenty of time outside. I really enjoy fishing. I really prioritize that, and my physical health with exercise and eating right and getting the right amount of sleep. Just prioritizing the wellness part of it has really been helpful.
Okay, Dr. Richmond asked the questions that I was going to ask of you. So I would like to go ahead and make a motion that we approve moving you up to 32 hours per week.
Second.
All right, we have a motion by Dr. Newsom and a second by Dr. Jolly. Any additional discussion? Hearing none, those in favor of the motion, please signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion passes. Congratulations.
Good luck.
Thank y'all very, very much.
Okay. All right. Next up, tell us who you are.
I'm Jason Chambliss. I'm. Sorry, that.
Go ahead.
No,
It's all you, my friend.
well, just tell you a little about.
How we get here, Jason, and I'll let you guys know on the front end, a whole lot of years ago, Jason and I initially pledged together in the same pledge class at Ouachita, and then he went to another university. And then I didn't know for a while he was actually going to pharmacy school till one day when I was a professor, I saw him in the hallway and had no idea why he was there. So hadn't seen him in many years, but we do have a connection many years ago.
Yes. I guess it started 4 or 5 years ago when I was working. A patient had passed away, and the family member brought in some hydrocodone, and I just kept them for myself instead of turning them in like I should. And it just kind of started out slowly. I was taking them from the pharmacy, and it just gradually got worse until this past, I guess back in November of 23, that it just really started getting really bad. And February, I claimed that I was trying to quit and had started taking methadone, and I was never going to quit. But we had a DEA audit at the pharmacy I was working at, and the owners found out what I was doing and admitted to everything and self-reported, and went to Palmetto for 82 days and just moved back to Hot Springs last week. I spent 6.5 months in sober living in Monroe. and been working at Home Depot in Monroe for the past 6 months. And I start Thursday at the Home Depot here in Benton. Just, I need income. So that's what I've been doing. And when I've been to a meeting every day since I got out, most of the days, too, especially since I've got back to Hot Springs, because I don't really know anybody. Talk to my sponsor every day. Everything's really good.
Well, what was you said November of 2023, what was the event that happened then? Was
There
that,
really wasn't any just stress from work and not being able to find another job because I could never pass a drug screen. And it just that there was a lot of stress at the job I was working.
I think that there was just DEA does a certain number of on-site inspections, audits. Didn't they just come in the pharmacy one day and
Yes.
and do that? I mean, and it was, I don't know that it was for any specific cause, but it was the, lucky pharmacy that got one, and, those issues turn up pretty quickly. So Jason was caught in an unusual circumstance compared to a lot of what we see.
okay, so prior to November 23, there was the DEA thing and you were terminated from your position?
No, it was in April. In November, it just kind of started progressing to a lot of use.
Yeah.
In April of 24.
April of 24 was when I think it was the 22nd. And I self-reported and then went to Palmetto on the 26th.
Prior to that, you had tried to do something with the methadone?
I claimed I was trying to stop the painkiller use, but I was never going to stop.
Thank you. I was just trying to get the term.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. And then Palmetto was after that, and it looks like you completed that around in the summer.
Yes, July 16th. Went to a sober living house. My parents are helping. We had bought a condo in Hot Springs, and literally the week before I was supposed to get out, the plans fell through, and it was the best alternative was sober living. One thing I said I was never going to do, and it was the best thing for me.
And where was that at?
In Monroe.
Monroe?
Yes.
Okay, that's where you started working at Home Depot, but now you're wanting to move back up this where you have moved
I
back
moved
up this way.
last Saturday, and I start Thursday at the Home Depot. I transferred. I was the employee of the month last month in Benton or in Monroe, and I start Thursday in Benton.
When did you get connected with the support group?
It was, almost. I was out on a Tuesday, and I think I signed my contract on Thursday.
Okay.
And pretty much just get the ball rolling.
Yeah, he's been really, good communication with us at the support group level. Anything that we've asked him to do, he's done it. He has a counselor from Palmetto that he has been seeing. He,
I started a therapist yesterday.
Oh,
in
here in-
Philadelphia.
in- oh,
That
perfect.
was Ron, one of the nurse practitioners, was seeing me to help me with the transition, and then I started yesterday. Place in Arkadelphia.
Yeah, he's been a great addition to the group, and it's unfortunate when discharge plans fall through like they do, but sometimes it's a blessing in disguise. And but it's been great to have him, and he's so far so good. So
Meeting attendance has been good. Testing's been good.
testing has been great. Meeting attendance, all of our monthly meetings he's attended. He attends his weekly meetings as he's supposed to. Checks in with his monitor, appropriately, and everything on our end is looking good.
Was this
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna ask, is this a 20-hour request or is this just a report out?
So generally, and I'll, as much for everybody's benefit, not just our newest board member, but when we usually are faced with this, the board basically has two questions to answer. And the first one is if you are willing to let the person, get their license reactivated to go back to practice. Most often that is, he has advocacy from the support group. I'm sure Dr. Crumball can probably tell you, how many tests over what length of time, but what he's telling you is there have been no failed tests or missed check-ins that haven't been resolved in this specific case because he was living in a sober living environment. He actually had some extra oversight post recovery inpatient treatment. Once you answer question number one, then it's on to question number two. It's under what types of clauses, the length of contract, which the more recent board request has been basically it's lifetime unless otherwise voted on by the board. Starting out at 20 hours a week, probation for 5 years most often, with 20 hours of community service per year for those 5 years. That's the way I remember it.
Based on the paperwork, I saw something about a 5-year contract. Is he currently under a contract?
Well, they will automatically sign a 5-year monitoring contract, generally with the support group when they sign. But any support group contract will coincide with whatever length of term the board decides on this, because it's in the past, if the board says 5 years, then it's 5 years while working. So if he doesn't work in a pharmacy for a few months, then it actually doesn't count towards the 5 years. So it's a 5 years, but stretches longer than that. If there's an alternative term from the board request, then it would just basically match that.
So is your transition from down in Monroe to here, are you coming from sober living to living on your own? Or
Yes,
is that the
well,
transition?
my parents, it's their vacation home that they'll be there some of the time, but not a lot.
Hot Springs, you said?
Yes. Yes, and it's literally a mile. I didn't realize when I moved that my sponsor works a mile from where I'm living, and it's been a very good situation.
Find another home group there.
I'm in the process. I'm kind of waiting to see what my work schedule, they just put me on the schedule. It's kind of, but yes.
Yeah. I know Hot Springs has a good number of meetings and locations, kind of like Little Rock. So.
Do you have any concerns about that transition in terms of, do you feel like, I'm trying to figure out how to ask, like in that sober living situation, you probably got a pretty good infrastructure as far as support. And then transitioning out of that, how do they, is that what they're preparing you to do, is sort of transition out of that into a less structured environment, if that's even the appropriate way?
Yes, I mean, and it's taught me a lot about budgeting, living on a budget, and, not making, because I was not working full-time with Home Depot and learning to, manage rent and food and gas. And it was very helpful with that, and just having people in the house when you have a stressful day, talk to them. And it was very good at helping me get ready for this point.
Did you do any, from past experience over many years, I know that they work with you on addictive disease, drug issues. Did they also work with you on shopping or anything like that? Were there?
Yes, very much so.
Yeah, and I asked that, I mean, being fairly familiar with the program, a lot of the time, personal observation, when you have an addictive disease, your life is unmanageable, and it's often not just with drugs. And I think what Jason is trying to tell you is it was unmanageable with budgeting.
Yes.
And part of his therapy there was also managing that. So they not only will you be working your 12-step program on drugs, alcohol, addictive substances, but also behaviors that were identified with it to help show if there are certain triggers or activities or habits that you do. I mean, we've had it before with, gambling addiction has been another one that we've had people deal with as part of their therapy beyond just the drug alcohol issues.
Thank you.
So did they make you budget when you went to the grocery store?
Oh, yes. Yeah. And I had to go, I went on food stamps because I did not make enough money to.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to, my parents were offering to help, but I was like, no, I'm going to do this. Very helpful in learning that.
One of the budgeting things that they'll generally do while you're in treatment in that facility is if you're in a house with, 4 other people, you have to basically come up with what your menu and everything is for the week and budget a specific amount of money that you're given. And you have to go to the grocery store, not just to support yourself, but also to support the other people in there. You figure out who can shop and who can cook.
Yes, very quickly.
Other questions or? Hearing none, I guess to address the first question is, what's the will of the board in terms of our willingness to give Jason back his license?
I wanted to ask Dr. Turnbull just real quick, and you're in the room. My assumption is you're here to support the advocacy for him to go back part-time.
Absolutely. So our support group, our executive committee is made up of 5 voting members. And so basically our process is, you know, you come into the program and you know, come to our monthly meetings that we do on Zoom, and you call and talk to the different executive committee members as well as monitors and kind of get to know everybody in the group. And then after a certain period of time, you can ask for advocacy. And so basically in a business meeting type format, they'll come in and kind of give an overview of their story. And then, you know, hey, I'm ready to go back to work. And we'll ask them a lot of questions about their program and their sponsor and how do they handle stress and how do their amends go, specifically with their employer is one of the things that we're really concerned about. And so after that, we either say yes or no. And then we bring them before the board. And so Jason, I think we had him go back and do some amends. So he was told no one time, and then came back and did what we asked him, and now we're here. So you know, he's been all the way through the process, and it's, you know, it is a pretty rigorous process that we've all been through. So
I appreciate that. I've probably been told that more than once over the last 5 years, but it's good to hear that. So basically, if the answer was no, we wouldn't even be here today.
I would not be sitting, we would not be sitting here in support.
Yeah. Thank you. Sorry, Dr. Newsom, did you have something?
I think everybody's saying and asking the questions that I would be asking today. So I'm in agreement.
They've all been listening to you for a minute.
Yeah.
So is that a motion, Dr. Newsom?
Yes, that would be a motion.
For a lifetime contract or what's?
Well, first, whether we want to give him his license.
License, yeah, this is just an
Then
approval
we'll
for,
discuss in terms.
right. So this is for the return of the license, reinstatement is the word I want to use.
Are we putting, is this where we also make the motion for the number of hours per week?
You could do it with it or you could do it separately.
Okay.
Let's keep them separate. Yeah. Okay. So the first motion is we have a motion to reinstate his license.
Second.
And we have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion? All those in favor of the motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries. So having reinstated his license now, let's have a discussion on what the terms would be. So Dr. Boone, you were asking about length of the contract.
I think lifetime, unless, you know, the support group wanted to come back at some point, advocate for, you know, do away with it. And if we're going to, or should we keep a separate motion for that and for hours?
We can keep those all together.
I would say 20 hours a week return to work. And that'd be supervised, not eligible to be a pick, obviously, at 20 hours.
Jolly, do you have additional thoughts on that?
No, I would second. I second. Lifetime and then advocacy required to come and change that at some point to less than a lifetime contract. Right. Is that what we're saying?
Yes.
5-year probation.
5 years.
So that would be over at 5 years.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Do you have all the terms of those down, Dr. Kirtley?
Yep.
All right, any further discussion on this motion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion, please signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. Congratulations.
Thank you all.
Quick question for you all. Return my mic, which is a good review, and I'm putting you on the spot. From the board side, how many folks are you guys monitoring? Isn't it 40?
Tell you exactly,
Yeah,
because I have my fancy little computer
I should have
program
put you on the
here.
spot better than this then.
I mean, it is what it is. We have approximately I want to say it's around 40 people that we're currently monitoring. I don't have the exact number, sorry. I thought I'd have it here, but
Went to bragging before you got your facts right.
I know. It's
I do that all the
ridiculous.
time.
Ridiculous. But yeah, we've got about 40 folks that we monitor. So, basically what that entails is logging into an app on your phone each day, and it will tell you if you're green or red. Green is good to go. Red means it's time to go take a test. You have 24 hours to go drop a sample. If you're working or whatever, I think Ty will tell you, like, it can be kind of a stressful part of your day, right? Because it's like, first thing, okay, like, how am I going to structure my day around this? We've all been there before. If there's an ice storm, then, we can reschedule those tests if we need to. And then we have monthly meetings. We meet the first Sunday of every month via Zoom. And that's, basically kind of a recovery meeting that we have. We have a business meeting before where the executive committee and the monitors all meet and just discuss any business, regarding new people or existing people or issues that we have. It's a great group. And me and Jennifer Kelly are the two people that are kind of co-secretarying the group at the moment. It seems like that arrangement's working out pretty well. We're both under contract. And so, having both of us on there kind of provides a little bit of extra accountability. I think that the way things are going is it's going good. And we'll continue to do what we can do to give back, because I think one of the biggest gifts that I've been given is like seeing people come in who are on their last, they're at their limit and they're sick, and getting to see those people go through treatment and kind of come out the other side and get to go work and be great pharmacists and do great things, not only in their professional life, but also in their personal life. And it is extremely rewarding. I am grateful that I'm able to be a part of that.
I've told people many times in my career that because we have an active support group for pharmacists, from the staff side and the board side, we see a lot of people on the worst days of their lives. But it's very rewarding to see people when they have come back from that, healthy. And there are many times where, especially Dr. McCready and I will be like, okay, that is a different person in front of us today than what we had seen on, the terrible day when they got the phone call from us. Dr. Fouché actually had asked me, kind of ballpark, the successes of our program. And I know several years ago, previous director had done some research on it. And because our program generally has at least a minimum of 5 years of observation where there is, daily check-in for drug tests and everything else, it's not only building the habits, but also keeping people engaged in it. Our 5-year success rate is extremely high. I think it's 90% plus versus just lay recovery in a community where you don't have necessarily that type of oversight or the type of, part of this is you are getting your chance to be a pharmacist again with the income and the professional career that is involved in that. So while addiction is a disease of relapse, relapsing recovery, we have really good data. The other thing that I often tell people, and I will have people say, well, I see so-and-so is interviewing for a job, but they had an addictive disease issue. I'm like, yes. And I literally have paperwork that they are sober. Like I have paperwork that our program is generally an abstinence-based program that, if they're stressed out that day, they might take propranolol for their anxiety, or they may be on an antidepressant that has, activities to help with anxiety, but they're not on an addictive or impairing substance generally that would impair their work. So you see a lot of folks that it may be that their paroxetine helps them also with their anxiety, their propranolol, there's other solutions other than, oh, I need an alprazolam and a such. We've got people that have had pain management issues that are on non-addictive drugs or, pain management that would tell you that, well, I might still have some pain, but it's no more pain than I had when I was, cranking out a bottle of Hydros every few days, and I'm not impaired.
You guys still get quarterly updates from their supervisor, their work?
Yeah, so as far as reporting, so each month we're required to submit a report of all the meetings that we've attended. On a quarterly basis, we have a workplace monitor report that's sent. So whenever you go back to work, you will have a workplace monitor, and they'll basically just answer some quick questions about their performance, and that'll be submitted and reviewed by us. And then we also have a self-report that's done quarterly, and then a monitor report that's done quarterly. So all the guys that I monitor, I submit a report on each quarter.
And the workplace monitoring, the report, is that onus on the employer, or is that onus on the individual to make sure to get the employer?
So that's a really good question. We are probably not as stringent as we should be with some of the workplace monitor reports, just because they are doing that out of the, goodness of their heart. But we will send them a reminder, send them an email and then send them a reminder. And when the report's filled out, we will review it. But we don't spend our time chasing down folks for the workplace monitor reports, because we have our monitor reports, our self-reports, and some of those other reports as well.
And the ones that you're missing are generally going to be good reports, not negative reports.
Yes, sir.
When there's a negative issue, we hear about it. And I'll add, we always suggest that if for Jason, when you're looking at a job, you probably ought to bounce off the potential location off the board, because there's a handful of places that staff would not approve for someone to go to work in under, they're monitoring with the support group, because we may know that there's a controlled substance issue in that facility, or there's an investigation that's ongoing, or, in general, if it's not a Class A pharmacy, we're not going to approve it. So generally that is, it's never an issue until every once in a while there's something random and we just have to say, I'm sorry, I cannot, from the staff perspective, approve you to work there. If you would like to come before the board at a future date, and we'll give the reasons why we could not approve it as staff, you could ask, but our suggestion would be you probably don't want to be there.
Fund, and if so, how often, that if the employer becomes aware that quarterly reports are requested as part of the monitoring program, that how often do drug screens and whatnot are done by the employer?
Yeah, so our drug testing is going to be separate from anything that's requested of the employer. I can say, so when I had a new job, so the day that I had to go take my drug test for that new job, I was also selected to drop a sample for the support group. And I was able to go to LabCorp and do one sample, and they were able to split it up. But I only saw the result. We only see the results of the affinity or the support group side, not the employer side. But I think that, most employers are going to require, a pre-employment drug screen. And then if there's, cause or, anything like that, our lines of communication are pretty open to these folks. Like the workplace monitors all have me and Jennifer's cell phone number. They know that they can text us and call us and email us or whatever, and we can either put in an extra test if there's something going on. But, luckily, and knock on wood, since the last couple of years that I've been doing this, we haven't had any problems with that. The other thing too that I'll say is a little bit different about our support group as opposed to some of the other ones. I know Harold's familiar with the physician program and some of the others, is that we do not allow our members to go back to work immediately after completing treatment. And there's a lot of angst that creates, right? Because you are trained to do one thing, you're a pharmacist, and then when you go to try to get another job, you're either way overqualified or people are like, what in the world? Why are you trying to do this? But what we found is that, by number one, not making them go back to work as soon as they're out of treatment, I think gives them gives them an opportunity to really get firm in their base of recovery and really live that life of recovery. And then also, I mean, it's stressful working in a pharmacy, and you're right back to where, you're right back to where you were before. And I know that in the moment and going through it, it is frustrating. And you're like, well, my treatment center has cleared me to go back to work. Why in the world will you not let me go back to work? And that's just been the process of our support group all along. And I don't know if that contributes to our success rate, but I will definitely, think that it does. But it is a little bit different than other pharmacy support groups and other healthcare professions as well. For good reason too. I mean, and just, he's working at Home Depot. I mean, that's, there's a lot to be said about that, right? I mean, that's, you learn some humility, right? Like, do you ever see people that well, you will when you you'll probably see me a whole lot in there, because that's right around the corner from my house. But I mean, it's, there's humility. And I think it also makes you just appreciate the fact that, you can practice as a pharmacist a lot more once that opportunity arises.
There's a lot of days that working at Home Depot sounds like a lot of fun to me.
Appreciate that.
No problem. Thank y'all. And I hope it's on the record that Dr. Kirtley said he wants to go work at Home Depot. Good job.
That'd be way better than some of the jobs I've had. Any other questions you guys have, support group or otherwise? All right.
And I will say, John and everybody has my cell phone number. If you ever have questions or concerns or whatever, I mean, please feel free to reach out. Happy to go over what we are doing and answer any questions. And we're very fortunate here in Arkansas that we have the group that we have, because there's a lot of states that don't have it. And I can say that I have not been as thankful for the group as I probably could have been in the very beginning. But now I'm very thankful that we've got what we've got.
Maybe make the employer think that their employees at risk if they don't fill that form out.
I mean,
so I've only had to do that one time in my career. And of course, I assumed that if I didn't do my part, I could potentially hurt them. So I was always diligent to do it. So,
I mean, it's a double-edged sword, right? Because we've already put all these different requirements on this person who has, jumped through every single hoop that we've asked them to jump through. And then we ask somebody to do a report on them that really is doing the right thing, right? And hiring somebody that, may or may not, that has a past and may or may not be at risk. And so, I think, again, it's just making sure that those lines of communication are open. Like, yes, we would love for 100% of our employers to do that evaluation. But we understand, they're pharmacists too, right? It's busy. There's a lot of stuff going on. And we have a pretty good, pulse of what's going on with that person anyways, just because of the relations that we have with the group. So
the form that you actually use now, or is it just an open-ended question?
It's a survey, a very short survey that asks just a couple of questions about, how is this employee? Are there any concerns? But it's a pretty short report.
Yeah.
Doesn't Affinity send it to them automatically on schedule?
It's emailed every quarter.
Yeah.
And then we can also create an account in Affinity. So if they just want to be able to go in and, you know, and do that report whenever, they can have it set up that way too.
Good. Having reviewed a situation here recently from the viewpoint of the employer, who stated that in retrospect, they wished that they had made a point to complete those quarterly evaluations that had been requested. The onus in that situation, different state, was on the individual, but the employer knew of it and had a copy of that order. In retrospect, they wish that they had done that because it would have put if you're going to have something in place, this is the type of program where you dot your I's and cross your T's. That it would seem that if we're going to have that out there, that this is something that should be done, that it should be done.
Absolutely. I mean, and it's, you know, we do what we can. And, you know, kind of like, you know, what Dr. Jolly was saying, like, I don't want the employers to feel like they're going to hurt them by not filling out a good report. Does that make sense? But you are right. I mean, let me tell you how many times I've griped about having to fill out a report, but then, you know, 6, 12, 24 months down the line, I'm like, well, I'm really glad I had that report, right? Because I've got this, you know, documented to show that, you know, X, Y, and Z. So it's a good point.
All right. Well, thank you guys for coming in.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. And Jason, we will get this put down in writing and emailed to you probably by the end of the week, or we'll do our best to. And then if you have any questions or anything about any specific language, we'll be happy to go over the specifics with you. You might need a different email address though. Yeah. Ty, thanks for being with us, man. Where are the fish biting?
Man, with all of this rain, it has gotten tough. All the lakes are all swollen up.
Yeah, I figure everything was stirred up right now.
It is. It is. But if you go out there and you try hard enough, you might find a few.
Yeah. Man, thanks for being with us today. We'll let you get back
Thank
to work,
y'all.
bud. Want to do orders real quick? I don't think our food's here yet. So. We are passing down a list of all of the different types of orders that we have for your consideration today.
All of the consent agreements on the back are for people that did not meet their continuing education requirements and that have either paid the penalty or have worked out an agreement with the board to pay their fines within a certain amount of time. I'm not going to read through all those, but they're listed on the back.
Oh. One extra sheet. And this is the update after many of them had already entered into agreements in October. The CE consent agreements at this point are all non-disciplinary. We do have hearings in the morning for some folks that have either been unresponsive or did not want to enter into a non-disciplinary agreement with the board and have either ignored us or have specifically requested a full hearing before the board.
So all of the ones under the O's column, you've got payment plans or some arrangements
Yeah,
already set
they've
up.
got time to pay.
Okay.
And they have to be paid by June 1st. That way, if they're not, then action can be taken.
Okay. Plus it gets it on the fiscal.
Is this in the
year, doesn't
Dropbox
carry
somewhere?
over.
That in Dropbox? I'm sorry, it is not.
I don't think so. Yeah.
Hold on just a second.
I think we've taken in roughly, and this is an approximation, but about $75,000 to $80,000 worth of penalties for people that haven't completed their continuing education. Might be 85,000.
Over how long?
This is for this renewal period.
Okay.
But mainly pharmacists, which is all pharmacists. So that's
Is that
since
normal?
January of last year.
That's pretty normal. We started out with about 750. We do a complete 100% audit. We started out with about 750 that I sent letters to that I needed proof of their CE. They can send back the agreement and say, I've met the hours or I haven't. Oftentimes they say they've met them, but then once we do the audit, they actually, thank you, they actually haven't met the hours. They may not have their live CE, or maybe they're short an hour and a half, that type of thing. And those, they start sending those in. And then when we get down to this time frame, we had, when we started out, about 24, 25 that had either not responded, responded but never sent in the consent agreement, didn't pay their penalties. So we had hearings scheduled for that many people. And as we've come closer to the meeting today, we're down substantially from that number of 24 down to 6 or 7, I think, that we have hearings on. But that amount is almost every 2 years, we pretty much take in that much money for continuing education violations.
How
And
much of
there's-
that's, sorry. How much is in-state versus out-of-state?
And that I didn't, I
Yeah,
don't
I'm just
know. the
curious if it was
calculation.
more. That's not a big
Yeah,
deal.
I can figure that out later.
I mean, the interesting thing is, it's both. And I know when we looked at it before, I think it was like 2/3 out of state, 1/3 in state.
It is permanently.
Pardon my phrase saying, it's primarily out of state. The shocking part of that is our CE requirements are in many ways less stringent than many other states. So pretty much every person on this list from out of state probably has violated it in multiple other states. That's part of why I have tried to tell people, like, if you do not have CPE Monitor Plus, especially if you have multiple state licenses, I mean, that's the best insurance you can buy to make sure that you've got what you need wherever. And,
For $1 a month.
yeah.
Just plug it there.
Well, and we've
$1 a
got,
month.
you'll see on here, we've got people that had no CE. Like, they did not get any CE during the biennium. And the other thing that we try to tell them, and most boards of pharmacy do, is the requirement is to get your CE while you have your license. It's not a requirement to renew your license. It's a requirement to hold your license. So the CE doesn't say you have to have 30 hours of CE in order to renew. It's you have to have 30 hours of CE to have your license, basically. So, and there are times where, you know, a lot of this is people will have CE in 2 spots. And they're like, man, I missed it by a couple of hours. But 0 CE, that I don't know how to explain that.
I do have a question about,
Yeah.
so I used to use the boards, right or wrong, when it's kind of gone, it's kind of faded away over time with CP Monitor. But I used to go in there and put mine into the board website. We don't have to do that anymore, right? Or it's not really, you guys don't really, did it go away with the new update?
So
Is there any usefulness in doing that?
we, with our system upgrade, when we get time for pharmacist renewals, right now the plan is, you know, how everything in the system goes, you will not be able to renew your license if you cannot show your CE. If you have it in CPE Monitor, because it's all ACP accredited, or if you have CPE Monitor Plus and you go to like a medical event that only has AMA PRA Category 1, well, if there's an AMA PRA Category 1 that wasn't interprofessional accredited, you could load that into the system. We don't take nursing CE, we don't take massage therapy CE, we don't take just HIPAA training at work, but there are other programs like that. You know, the board has traditionally said, we will give you 2 hours of CE credit if you do CPR training that has a live component. Well, you could load in, I did CPR training, here's the date that I did it, and claim it for your 2 hours of CE.
And that live component, sorry to interrupt, a live component can include your checkoff.
Yes.
So you can have the
a skill
online, you can have the online educational part, but if you do a live skills checkoff, you're good.
Yeah,
Okay.
which is mainly the AED and doing compressions on the dummy, which is probably those 2 things are the most important part of the whole thing. But if you have CP Monitor Plus, our hope is that you will be able to log in while you are renewing, and it can just pull all that information. Otherwise, you're going to have to upload all your extra documents into our system. So the CP Monitor Plus could hold it rather than you having to figure out how to load 6 extra documents to us.
So that was going to be my question. I get my BLS card.
But
I don't have CPE Monitor Plus. I don't have it.
You'd have to load it manually to
You
us.
have to load it manually to you through the board.
And upload it into the system. And
Okay.
then when it comes across and says you don't have your hours, then whomever is doing the audit at that time would bring that up. You can open up the documents and look at it and verify that, yes, you had it, no, you didn't have it, this is expired or whatever.
But with CPE Monitor Plus, you could get it in that system. And then you don't have to go through the board auditor
We
at that
have it.
point,
Well-
just, you've already got it.
I mean, we're still going to probably audit, pull the list for people because, I mean, we'll look for people that try to claim CPR twice. You can only count it once for up to 2 hours. We've had people before try to turn in, I did CPR training 3 times here, 6 hours. And we're like, no, this is a gimme by the board of up to 2 hours. And it has to have a live skill checkoff.
I probably 3 bienniums ago, I had like a pretty good chunk of my hours were the C, whatever you said the medical one was. And I did upload it and turn it in, and I still also got audited and had to re-update it. So I don't know if that's still the case, but it wasn't any big ordeal. It was just turning it in twice.
That was before you would have been able to load it in CPE Monitor Plus, and we may still be auditing people, that had non-ACPE in CPE Monitor Plus, but it will help you in your uploading up.
If you renew and you have 20 hours ACPE accredited hours and you have 10 hours other, and you go in and when you sign, currently you check off that you have 30 hours, but they're not all ACPE accredited. That triggers an audit for those 10, so you can send, so you have to send those to us so we can verify that you have those hours. With the new system, they'll be able to upload those hours and they'll be in there for us to look at without having to send the multiple emails and all that we send now.
What happens if you don't have all ACPE approved? And you're going to renew and you got to do the upload? Can you renew at that time, or is it going to make you stop?
We're going to have to see exactly how the functionality works when we get closer to the end.
Okay.
But in theory, you can upload it and, you're attesting you have 30 hours. You've either got it in CPE Monitor or you have uploaded us documentation. But if you check off you've uploaded it and we get it and it's just a blank screen, then we're, it pushes us to go, well, where is it we actually approve of?
Last question. We still do board approved CE. I mean, I know you, but do we even do that anymore?
We
or is
have
that-
the ability, but we have not done it for quite some
I think
time.
so many people are just doing the ACPE route.
Well, I speaking not on behalf of, but part of ACPE, the ability to get CE credit is much easier now than it used to be as far as getting it uploaded into a centralized system. And after COVID, many CE providers really did a pivot to where they would do it via computer or technology or your smartphone, to where there was much, much more availability of that, even in a live format to count as live CE than we'd ever seen before. Any questions on that? On the other side of the sheet, you've got, there's the probation consent order. That's a support group order that we had entered into just officially for the board to accept it as the full board and sign off on it. And then we've got some other non-disciplinary.
What is that violation? That just means support group.
Support group. And then some non-disciplinary. Most of this is final sign off from an informal conference appearance or like that CHOWN change of ownership, like wasn't done in a timely manner, which is a non-disciplinary order.
And then 2 surrenders that they just, rather than go through a hearing, they voluntarily surrender their license.
What's the time frame on this? Is it since the October meeting, since the last meeting?
Not normally, but it is reported to the National Database.
We have had people before voluntarily surrender at the moment. But if we find out more information that forces a disciplinary hearing before the board, like a pharmacy with the support staff, we could still bring them in as part of that disciplinary issue. But usually it's like on these, well, instead of us having a hearing where our one goal is you are going to lose your license, either emergency suspension or revocation, just give it up in lieu of a hearing, it's much easier. It'll be in the national database. Like, that is one of the reasons why many of us are big fans of the reciprocity process that pharmacy has versus some of the other models of compact, where if you have a valid license in one place, you have a license to work wherever. Because NABP checks the database as well as all the reports from the states to see if anything was reported through the states to the National Practitioner Database.
This is coming up with the DEA as well on their random audits, where they're asking how often, for example, how often do you rerun a background check? Because, you go work somewhere and stay there for 15 years, and you get that first one, 15 years later, something could happen, but,
The snapshot's old.
and that's a hard thing to tackle, but it's got to be probably figured out.
Well, the bigger thing for your licensed professionals is how often do you validate that they have a current license, and how often do you check like OIG exclusion list to make sure that they haven't been placed on? Because those are both crippling when it happens.
And of course, you asked the question on the renewal process, have you had any issues since your last renewal? Of course, that's just an attestation at that point.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed?
All right, that is all we have until back at 1:15. All right, we'll break